Yes, start. India has been under lockdown in a desperate attempt to contain the COVID 19 pandemic. Even when the lockdown gets lifted, eventually the government may not allow large congregations in restricted physical spaces, including campuses. Universities and colleges were in the middle of the second semester of their academic year when the lockdown was enforced. There was anxiety, particularly about the graduating batches of students, lest the ongoing session should be declared a zero semester. This prompted a number of local initiatives. There were attempts to individual teachers to keep their students engaged. A few universities made arrangements for teachers to hold their classes virtually through video conferencing services such as Zoom. The, the transactions to virtual modes was relatively less difficult for those institutions that had, even prior to the lockdown, adopted learning management system platforms. All the above were well meaning attempts to keep the core education processes going through this period. Strategy to enhance enrollment. An April 13 report quoted the UGC chairman as saying that to maintain social distancing, e-education was the only way out. This was clearly meant to prepare the higher education community for the exigencies of a protected period of closure of campuses. However, close on the heels of this, he was also quoted as saying that online education was likely to be adopted as a strategy to enhance the gross enrollment ratio in higher education. This prompts many questions about the appropriateness of what may be an effective contingency measure to tide over the pandemic crisis to be deployed as a long term strategy for enhancing enrollment in higher education. 1. How far will online education help support greater access to and success in higher education among those who are on the margins? To how equipped are digital forms of education to support the depth and diversity of learning in higher education? 3. Is there an unstated political motivation for this shift in strategy? Higher education has an influx of students who are first generation aspirants. They have no culture capital to bank on while struggling their way through college. Access is not merely enrollment, it also includes effective participation in curricular processes, which includes negotiating through language and social barriers. Full stop.